Welcome back to Let the Quran Speak. Now we answer questions we receive from you, our viewers. And if you have a question yourself, please visit our website, www.quranspeaks.com. Okay, Brother Shabir, we have a few questions here. The first is about a recent ruling in a part of Indonesia, that women shouldn't ride side saddle on motorcycles. And the question is, what is your opinion on this? Is it Islamic? Is it an Islamic ruling? Your thoughts on this?
Or rather, that they should ride side saddle. They should ride side saddle and not straddle the motorcycle in the usual way. Yes. Because they said that if they do it in the usual way, then this really reveals more of the curvatures of their bodies and so on. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that this is an Islamic ruling. That would have to be credited to a local ruling. And one might say it is inspired by some sense of decency that Muslims in that area have. And I must say that throughout the Muslim world, there are many Muslims who will have a similar sort of sentiment towards this and feel that, yeah, that seems to be a good ruling. But the ruling can be criticized from a variety of perspectives. First of all, why do I not call it an Islamic ruling? Why would I give the Islamic label to that? Because when we say that Islam is from God, and we say that a certain ruling is Islamic, we're saying that that ruling is from God as well. You know, at least people connect the dots this way. So we have to break that connection to show that there is a human interpretation involved when we get to detailed laws. So you have verses of the Quran, you have explicit pronouncements of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and then you have interpretations of these sources. So if God said it, if God's Prophet said it, then we would say, okay, that's what Islam is. We just simply have to obey God and follow the example of his Prophet. But people then interpret the Quran. So there is a statement and then people draw conclusions from it. Now, the Quran does not say anything about riding motorcycles. And so people are drawing conclusions based on certain things that the Quran said. The Quran does speak about decency and modesty and so on. Now people are drawing conclusions about what specifically means modesty and what is immodest. And these conclusions will vary from one person to another, from one locality to another, from one time to another time. We cannot credit all of these conclusions to Islam if we mean God. God gave us Islam and these are his rules. We have to show that there is a difference between what God said and what people are interpreting it to mean. Because God's words are perfect, but the interpretations are the imperfect work of human beings.
And I guess an additional question is, does everything have to be law? Like, for example, one could say, okay, this is not really acceptable, or this is immodest, indecent, but does it have to become law such that, you know, somebody could be punished for it?
No, not everything has to become law. Of course, societies, even societies that do not subscribe to God in a very overt or in a very prominent manner, nevertheless has laws, because people need laws by which to regulate society and laws by which to live. We need to know how to behave in public so that our neighbors and friends are not offended. For example, the law against public nudity, for example. You might say that we live in a land of freedom, anyone can walk naked in the streets. Well, no, you can't do that. There are laws against it because your going about naked would be offensive to your fellow citizens. And there are laws to protect this general sense. But it doesn't have, you shouldn't credit that to your religion. It's just a law that makes practical sense. Of course, we do have laws that regulate and prevent nudity in public as part of our Islamic heritage, but not to this extent that you can't ride a motorcycle in a way that will be more safe or natural for you.
All right, thank you for that, Brother Shabir.
You're welcome.
That's all the time we have. For updates and additional information, please visit our website, www.quranspeaks.com. And write to us, because your comments and questions help guide the show. I'm Safiya Ali. For all of us here at Let the Quran Speak, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.